In this video, we are going to solve our cotton disease project on our AlexNet architecture. So here first we have to connect with our drive. In our previous video, we already collected our dataset from Kaggle API. So for that, I have uploaded a video on that. So you can see here that how I fetch the data from a Kaggle API. So here first we are importing our layers that we need to make our AlexNet architecture. If you don't know about AlexNet architecture, so here it is our image. So first we have to use our convolution layer. It simply means we are using our number of filters with the ReLU activation function. Then we have to use our max pooling layer. You can compare both the architectures. I have made same to same that. First I used our convolution layer. Then we have used our max pooling layer. I added a batch normalization because it is a deep neural network. Because of that, so it will try to handle our scale of the distributions. So here we have applied padding equal to valid because in the image, as we can see, our image are reducing. Because of that, it is simply means these architectures have no padding. Finally, we have added our flattening layer. Then we have added our hidden neurons with the number of neurons equals to 4096. So in the image, as you can see, we have a 4096 neurons. Because of that, similarly, we have added over here 4096 neurons with the activation function ReLU. Now we have added dropout layer. So dropout layer is used to prevent our overfitting. So here, as we know, in our test and training, we have 4 categories. So for that, we have used our 4 neurons with the help of softmax activation function. So sigmoid we cannot use because sigmoid is specially used for binary classification. And whenever we are going to use softmax, and we have to take our loss as a categorical cross entropy. We will see that. Now finally it is our model summary. Now we are using our model checkpoints. I am using this because in my previous project I didn't use it. So to show you, we are using our model checkpoints. So model checkpoint is used. Suppose we have a large number of epochs. So we don't know in which epoch our accuracy will be high. So we have to get that model file in which our accuracy is very high. For that we can use our model checkpoint. So inside this we have to give our a path that where we want to make our checkpoint. So now I'm saying that monitor will be where underscore accuracy. So it is simply means we will see our test accuracy. Now we have parameter save underscore test underscore only. So it will say that whenever it will reach our high accuracy, so then it will try to save it. Now after that, it is used for data augmentation, and we all know that why we use our data augmentation. Data augmentation is a type of technique where it will try to internally make more images with the help of some parameters like rotation range, shear range, and zoom range. So in my first project, I have already discussed in this video that how data augmentation is used and why data augmentation is used. So here we just make our variable. So with the help of these variables, we have to use our flow from directory. So here we are just providing our train path. And for the training path, you have to just click on your train folder, right click on that, and our copy path. So it is the same path we have take. We have give target size. So as you all know, in the starting, I have given my input image as 227 cross 227 cross 3 because it is our RGB. Because of that, we have to provide our 3 channels over here. So we have to provide the same size of that we have used earlier. So now after the augmentation, as we can see, there are 1951 images which is belonging to our 4 classes. 4 classes, it is simply means we have our 4 classes in our train folder. One is disease cotton leaf, diseased cotton plant, fresh cotton leaf, fresh cotton plant. So because of that, we have used our 4 classes over here. with the same size that we have already used. Similarly with our test and our validation data. Now here we are using for our architecture, we are using loss with our categorical cross entropy, because we at last output layer we have used softmax activation function, and now for our optimizer we have used our Adam. As a matrix we are deciding our accuracy. So whenever we are going to use our data augmentation, then we have to use our fit underscore generator. So now for that we are taking over 50 epochs. Now steps per epochs we are taking 45. Now we have three folders. One is test, train, and second one is, and a third one is validation. So for here we are now giving our validation data as a our val folder for our validation. Now one important thing that in our test and in our validation data we have very small number of images, and if we compare with our training data, so it has a higher number of images. So our model will give a good accuracy with our training data, and it will give around 60 to 70% with our validation data. So it is fine because our we don't have any images. If we provide more images in our validation folder, then it will also give us good accuracy. As you can see, after one epoch, it is saying that our validation accuracy is improved to 69%. So it is a higher accuracy that it received for our model. Now as you can see, if our validation accuracy is not increased, so simply means it is going to skipping that epoch. So you can say it is saving our computational power with the help of model checkpoints. Now after this we have used our matplotlib to plot our accuracy. Now as you can see in our matplotlib we have reached around 97% of accuracy. And if I talk about my loss, so minimum loss is our minimum loss is around 0.8. Now as we know, we have our model checkpoint is already saved our best model. So for that we have to just go in our drive, and we made a folder name as models. So inside these models we have two folders. One is assets, one is variable, and we have one file save underscore model.pv. So we have to use these files to predict our image. So for that we are just saying that tensorflow.keras.models import load underscore model. Now we have to check our model. So for that we have to just use our load underscore model. Now we have to just provide a path for our image. Now for that I have used from my test data I have used dd16 this image. So we have to copy this path and we have to provide simple over here. Now similarly we have to just convert it into our array, and we have to normalize it. For that we have used 225. Now as you can see, after the predictions it is giving our values. Now it gives four values because we have four classes. So for now we have to decide from this type of values that what is our answer. So we have to use our np.argmax. Argmax it simply means it is a type of function that it will give us the index of our highest probability value. Whatever will be the highest value, it will give us the index of that. Now as we can see, after executing this, it is giving us 1 because we have take our second folder. So first folder will be our 0, second folder will be our 1. So it is saying that this image from second folder. So now it is able to classify that. So this is the advantage of our model checkpoint on our architecture. So this model is giving us around 97% accuracy. So in our next video we will try with our VGG16 or VGG19. Please subscribe the channel. Thank you so much.